In this video, we are playing another revival on Roblox. This is called RO2016. It's a Roblox revival that remakes Roblox from mid-2015 to late 2017. Let's start off with the user interface. So these are what game details used to look like back then. This is what the game page looked like back then. However, this revival has the all versions feature. This is what the catalog looked like back then. This is what the avatar UI looked like back then. At the recording of this video, groups, inventory, and trade features don't exist in RO2016 yet. Robux is called eBucks in this revival. And finally, we have Builders Club tiers default, Turbo and Outrageous, and the Dex and Zoe packages. And now that we've done looking at the UI, let's try out some games this simulation has to offer. So here we are. The goal is to complete this 5 times. The more survivors you have, the more vehicles you'll unlock. Now that we're done with ride cars down the cliff, let's move on to our next game. So here we are at Natural Disaster Survival, a bit similar to the original game and the one we played on Corona. Anyways, our first map will be the happy home of Robloxia. Now that we're on the roof, the tsunami is coming fast to try and knock the house down. I also got on top of the chimney too. But then the tsunami hit the house, but it didn't break the house for some reason. I reckon the dev for this game on this simulation must have added a script that didn't work. But now, we're about to survive this. We did, but there was no survivors GUI. And I don't think the leaderboards worked either. Now our final map was Arch Park. But then there was a meteor shower. It crushed its stand, but then it also crushed the statue, the arch itself, and some trees. One person was also standing still and not doing anything, but the meteors didn't hit the player. After that, most props in this map were destroyed, and the round ended, which meant I survived again. But now that we're done with natural disaster survival in this simulation, let's move on to our final game that we will be playing in this video. Here we are at RO2016 Tycoon. This is also the first time that I'm playing a tycoon on this channel, as I've played others before. I start with $3,500 cash instead of nothing. There's also some gears you have upon joining, such as a chicken drumstick and a Bloxy Cola. Yum! 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 Tycoons around 2016-17 always had this sound whenever you didn't have enough money. And an average tycoon back then would have these cubes on the conveyor belt. Then I added some walls, windows, lights, a second floor, a security door, paths, crates, and couches. I've collected a bunch of money, which means we're going to buy a 7th dropper. I also bought a teleporter to the 2nd floor after hitting the $7,000 plus mark. But I wasn't done with the 1st floor yet. We just needed to add some upgraders and droppers. I finally added the pads to the 2nd floor, but that was just the start of it. I also bought the couch along with the crates. And don't forget about the lights too. And also, we finally bought the 8-dropper. I also added the second floor conveyor in which the droppers would be later on. I even bought the 10th dropper before the 9th one. Then I collected a bit of money to buy the second upgrader. Me buying the 9th dropper also completes the first floor pretty much. I bought some gears such as coils and swords. I flew into the air once I pressed these boost pads. After messing around with the boost speeds, I then bought the 11th, 12th, and 13th droppers. However, I wasn't done with this tycoon yet. I still needed to finish up the walls and upgrades. We've now bought the 3rd upgrade, and also the 14th dropper. I didn't have enough for the last dropper, but I did have enough to build up those walls. But the last 2 items I bought was the 15th and final upgrade and the roof. And just like that, the tycoon is complete. But anyways, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe and have a good one.